Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Ask Cynthia. So today is Tuesday. And every Tuesday we have Ask Cynthia on Facebook Live. So we are excited to share with you today some of the great, wonderful things about student leadership. First and foremost, let me introduce myself. So I am Cynthia DeVise. I'm an author, educator, student success coach, and I support students and families on the career and college prep journey. So if you need assistance with anything related to college and careers, just give us a call or send us an email or look at our website and leave us a comment. So today we are talking about student leadership, and I have a young man who is doing some awesome, wonderful things in regards to student leaderships and getting students involved in leadership opportunities. So today, my guest host is Mr. Vincent Johns. Yay! I don't have a background thing, so there we go. So he's Vincent Johns, and Vincent is the Chief Executive Officer of LEAD, and LEAD stands for Leaders, Emerging, and Developing, and it's for students. And we'll find out, what grade do they need to be in and all the information. So we'll get all the details. One of the things I think is so important for students in any grade, I would say middle school through high school, is to get involved in service, in student organization, volunteer, to make sure that they have basically kind of the skills and opportunities that a lot of people are looking for when they look at scholarships, when they're looking for a job, when they're looking to go to college. All of those things play a huge factor. So I would definitely say, hey, pay attention to today's Facebook Live broadcast and everything that Mr. Johns has to share with us, because you want to go ahead and take some notes and make sure your student is participating where things are happening in our society so they can be ready for college and a career. So as I was saying, let's go ahead and get started with our conversation with Mr. Vincent Johns. Sorry. So Vincent, what can you tell me about what do you do with LEAD? How did LEAD come about, and a little bit about it? Oh, let me also tell you guys, how did I meet Vincent? So I'm not going to tell my age, but anyway, Vincent was a student when I was working at Ohio Dominican University. He was a high school student, and he was a part of, attended Charles School, which is a high school college experience. So while he was in high school, he was also taking college level courses on our campus. So when he graduated from high school, he also had an associate's degree. And then he went on to Ohio State University, finished his bachelor's degree there. And then he's currently working on his master's degree in, I know one of them is civil engineering, and I wrote it down. What's the other one?
City and Regional Planning.
City and Regional Planning and Civil Engineering. So that's a little background about this young man and how I got to know him. So he's a wonderful gentleman, and he knows what he's talking about. So, and he went on to start an organization on his own. So go ahead. Why don't you share with us about LEAD?
Yeah, so LEAD was founded in 2015 to really be an organization to help students K through 12 get exposed to STEM fields and entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. So we do this through our different year-round programs, which is called eSTEM chapters, our summer programs, ACT and SAT prep, and then different college tours that we host, typically with one of those programs, whether it's year-round or in the summer.
Okay, cool. So let's see. So for students who are interested in LEAD, who's participating? What grades?
Yes. So as I said earlier, we are K through 12.
Okay.
So of course, our kindergarten to third graders, they do have activities, but not as much as a middle schooler or high schooler, just because they're really just exposing them at that grade. Okay. But once they get up to fourth grade, to 12th grade, they're really having the full experience. So 2 Saturdays a month, college tours, drone competitions. We have our trimathlon, which is with the National Society of Black Engineers. Pretty much anything that NSBE or National Society of Black Engineers has to offer, we do as LEAD, since we are an official National Society of Black Engineers program.
Okay. So is it only STEM leadership that you're looking at, or is it just a roundabout, well-rounded student, but STEM is like a highlight?
So we do highlight other careers, but STEM is our main focus.
Okay.
Because we're really trying to increase the number of Black engineers.
Okay. Awesome.
And then also increase the number of different scientists and people in the medical field and entrepreneurs. That's something that we truly need in our community. So we do, we talk about law. We have people who want to go in like public service. And we definitely talk a lot about healthcare. We actually have health professionals on our board of directors.
Okay.
But STEM is our main focus.
Okay. Awesome. So what would a student need to do to apply or to get involved with LEAD?
Yes. So to apply for any LEAD program, you want to go to our website, LEAD, LEAD, emerging, EMERGING.org. And there you can find all of our programs and resources that we have to offer. Also, specifically for our year-round programs, you want to go to the eSTEM chapters tab. And that's where you'll find out more about the year-round programs, how to apply, if there's a process for specific chapters according to your age group, things of that sort.
So is it only for a particular school district, or who's it open to?
So I'll kind of answer that two parts.
Okay.
So since LEAD is a part of the National Society of Bike Engineers, LEAD is for anyone within really the state of Ohio, but we target Central Ohio and then the Dayton, Ohio area. Now with NSBE, National Society of Bike Engineers, that is worldwide. So we are actually in 6 out of 7 continents. So if there's not a NSBE program here in Ohio, there's one somewhere in the United States close to you.
Right.
Or you can start one. We definitely have that process on our website, which is nsbe.org. But
okay, you said that fast. So you're a fast talker, buddy. So come on. So it's nsbe.org. So it's National Society
of Black
Engineers. Okay. And there's a junior chapter, but you're connected with them or affiliated.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you go to their chapter, or they can start their own if they want to, but if they're here in Central Ohio, they can definitely participate in LEAD and have access to NSBE.
Correct.
Good. Okay, awesome. So we're all on the same page. That's pretty good. So we have some people joining us. I want to give a couple shout outs. So, hey, Kim Campbell, how are you doing? I know Kim. Okay, so I'll give some more shouts out here later. I just want to keep on with the conversation. So this is awesome. So one of the things that students often do is they say they don't have time to participate in a club or an organization. Students may have a job, or they're just feeling like, I don't want to do it. What's the purpose of this? Participating in a student club or a student organization. So what would you say is the value and the purpose for students getting involved and being involved in a student leadership organization?
Yes. Well, I definitely think being a part of a student-led organization is important, not only for scholarships and your potential to go to college and have that networking skills behind you, or just, it's kind of who you know, not what you know.
Okay.
When you're in a student organization like LEAD or like a NSBE, but also just learning time management skills, communication skills, leadership skills, soft skills. You're not going to learn a lot of those things in the classroom. So you're truly learning that within our program, and then you're the leader of the program. So you might be coordinating, an event for 200 students. You might be coordinating a college tour, or you might be coordinating a social event, and you're going to learn those skills here at LEAD before you go to college, before you go to the workforce. And that's a real big benefit for you as a student that some of us don't learn until we're adults, or to our later 20s or 30s.
And another good thing about that is having those leadership skills. There's two things I want to point out. One is you would definitely have something to write about on your college application. You can definitely write about how you were a leader and your leadership skills and the capacity and things that you had to do within that organization as a leader, because they always ask you the question about what have you done in regards to service, or what have you done in an organization, or what have you done to change life or experience it somehow. And that would be a great response, to that question, is showing off your leadership skills. And then the other thing in regards to soft skills, we often try to help our students in our middle school and high school, understand soft skills, because a lot of times they're not good with organizing, time management, just kind of figuring things out, and definitely not organization, because I've seen some folders that look a mess. I've seen some school lockers that look a hot mess. And so those things are definitely needed. And a lot of times they're not getting them at school. So who's showing them those skills? So
right.
That's good.
And I think being a part of this organization, you're forced to learn those things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I was not in Nesby Junior when I was younger, I would never be the place I am today. I wouldn't have no time management skill or how to organize, like you said, your folders or things of that sort, because nobody's there, you know, to do that for you when you become an adult. So it's really important that you have that safe space where you can learn that when you're younger, and then you have somebody to kind of coach and guide you along the process. So you go to college, you know, it's almost like second nature to you.
Right. Yeah. And both of my kids were in Nesby Junior. And so I know that they had to kind of write an essay to get in, or I don't want to say to get in, that kind of sounds bad, but they did have to write an essay. And so are your students required to write an essay at all or anything like that?
So depending on their age range, they do have to write an essay. So if they're in K through 6, there's no essay.
Right. Yeah.
Obvious reasons. Yeah. But anybody who's in 7th or above, they do have to do an essay. And then if you're joining our Katherine Johnson chapter, so that's for our 8th through 12th graders, you do actually have to interview to get into the program.
Got it.
So it is a little competitive just to make sure that, you know, we're getting quality members into our program, and then also making sure we're meeting the needs of our students. Yeah. We have a whole bunch of people who want to be, you know, computer scientists, want to code. Then that upcoming year, we should probably do more
focus on coding.
Exactly.
Yes. Got it. That's pretty good. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about, because I know you guys just came back from a conference. Yes. So you guys do a lot of conferencing, which is awesome experience, because a lot of times high school students don't get the opportunity to go to a conference. And then when they have the opportunity in college, they're like taken aback by, what do I need to do? I'm not sure how I need to act in this environment. So you guys are giving them a jump start with going to conferences, participating in competitions, all of those things. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'll start with the conference we just actually got back from. So that was the Nesby National Convention. So this was their 45th National Annual Convention hosted in Detroit, Michigan. So our students really enjoyed it. They did
a lot of people that go to that.
Yes, there was about 14 to 15,000 Black engineers, other minorities as well, that was present. They did a college tour. They did a college tour at Wayne State University, a college and career fair. So any company you could think of, really across the world, they were there. So Google, Snapchat, Facebook, Tesla, GM, Harvard, Stanford, OSU, LSU. If you can name them, they were there.
That is awesome.
And they had direct access to them. Different competitions that are STEM related. So it might have been like robotics or triathlon. Different workshops. So just a really good experience to learn more about STEM, and then just cultural enrichment. Some other trips we've done is the East Bay National Society of Black Engineers drone competition, which we actually won first place for this school year.
All right. Woo, woo, woo.
Yes, so I was real happy about that, and that was in the Bay Area in California. So Pittsburgh, California, it's about 20-30 minutes from San Francisco.
So what was the competition? What did you guys have to do?
So they had to
consist of?
Yes. First was terminology. So just the different parts of a drone, what's the motor, first person view, or things of that sort.
Okay.
They also had to learn how to pilot the drone, build a drone, and then the safety regulations. So with drones, they can't be flown everywhere for safety reasons. There's actually been planes landed thinking it's something that's not a drone. So just kind of learning the different laws and the FAA regulations. It was all a part of that competition.
That's pretty fantastic, because I don't know anything about a drone. I know they are in existence, and people have them and do them, fly them for fun, as a hobby. But I've seen some competitions now on TV, like it's a sport.
Yes.
And they're building them, and they're doing some amazing things with drones. And they said pretty soon we will have drones delivering our boxes, and we need people to be able to operate, to make those, and to be able to keep them functioning so that our work will continue to move forward. So I think that that's great experience that our students are getting an opportunity to create such electronic items that are moving us into the future, because that's where we're going, that's where we're headed, and to be able to have kids who can do the work is like fascinating.
Correct. And just it's a really needed skill in the future. As you said, it is on TV. We're actually going to the ESPN drone competition in June.
Okay.
So we'll be taking our team to kind of see that with the top drone pilots, I guess you would call them, in the country and around the world. And they'll be replicating that in October and in November again at the National Society of Black Engineers Fall Regional Conference.
Okay.
So it's pretty big deal.
That is a big deal. I'm like, that is awesome. And our students are getting the opportunity to do all of that. And that's just things I can't even think about. I mean, I can't even imagine because that's just space I've never been in. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, pretty awesome. So what would you say to parents who are thinking about getting their student involved? What would be that? Because a lot of times it's the parents who have to make the decision to make their kids get into the groove and to get involved. And a lot of times the kids are sitting back like, no, I don't want to do that on Saturday. I don't want to do it. So what are some of the things that you can say to parents that would help them to better understand, this is what's going on. What's the impact for them?
Yes. So I would definitely say do your research on the program and make sure it's something that your student is somewhat interested in. I wouldn't say fully just because they're not going to like it because it's on a Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
I don't want to do that. Yeah.
I've been through the same process myself. When I was younger, I was like, why is my parents making me wake up?
Exactly. Why am I going to do this on Saturday? Yeah.
But if they're somewhat interested, within STEM or robotics or whether it's, a different program and those topics, do the research because they will eventually come to like it. They'll actually enjoy going to it. They're just going to be a little bit hesitant at first because it's early in the morning and it's a Saturday. Also, see what does the program have to offer. Make sure it's a valid program so they have some type of affiliations with other organizations. So with LEAD, we are a smaller nonprofit, but we have connections to lots of other organizations. NSBE was one I mentioned, but we have a lot of other partnerships outside of NSBE as well. So our students can be offered different scholarship opportunities. They can be offered different competition opportunities, different career opportunities. So if they want to intern in summer, not necessarily through a county summer internship program, but at an actual engineering firm or at a doctor's office or things of that sort. See if those organizations offer those things before you put your child in a program that they just might not necessarily like it.
Correct.
Just because that's just not for them. So with us, if you're STEM, if you're possibly entrepreneurship or just like being exposed to different things, this is going to be the program for you. But if you're, really focused on just like law, this might not be the best program for you. That's okay, but just do your research for programs that are on those topics.
Yeah. So you mentioned scholarships. And I know that you're a partner with the transportation organization here in Central Ohio. And I know that we announced last week about a scholarship that they had that they were wanting to make sure people knew about because they have thousands of dollars that they want to give out. And the deadline last week, they had said it was April 1st, but they've extended the deadline to, I think, like April 13th or 14th. And can you share a little bit about the organization and I mean, you don't have to give details, but what's the name of the organization and anything that you want to share with people?
Yes. So I am a member and two-time scholar of the Conference of Minority Transportation Officials here in the city of Columbus. Cool. So they give out lots of scholarships to people who are here locally, so really anywhere within the Columbus metropolitan area. Who are going into a field that's related to transportation. So it does not necessarily need to be STEM, but needs to be tied into transportation some type of way. They are giving out lots of money. There's a lot of people who have not applied so far, at least to my knowledge. And the deadline has been extended to April 15th.
April 15th. Okay, sorry, I was off a few days. Okay, but that's good information because that makes it a longer time that people can apply. So April 15th. What's their website?
Yes. So the website is COMTO, COMTO, Columbus.org.
Okay, awesome. Can you give it one more time?
Yes.
Get a pen out. Here you go. Scholarship information by the transportation organization here in Central Ohio. They can be STEM related to transportation, but STEM related majors, but also anything that can tie into transportation would also be looked at for the scholarship opportunity. And here is the website information. Go on there and the deadline is April 15th. And I know once you go to the website, just hit on scholarship and it'll give you the information.
Correct. So again, the website is COMTO, COMTO, Columbus.org.
Okay, awesome. So we have a few people joining us. Sorry. So Paul is out there joining us, and Kenneth Wright. Hey, Kenneth, and Trudy Moore and Kim. So we're excited that you guys are joining us. I see you guys have put up some thumbs up for the information and some hearts. So we thank you very much for that. If you have any questions, by all means, just type in a question and we will definitely answer it and respond to it. And then we'll make sure you get the answer that you need. So today our conversation is centered around student leadership and different organizations that would help and make a difference for your student being involved in that. What type of benefits there will be in getting involved in a student organization. And so today we are having that discussion with Vincent Johns, who is the chief officer. I probably said that wrong because I say it wrong every time. So the chief executive officer of LEAD, and LEAD stands for Leaders Emerging and Developing. So it's a leadership opportunity for students. They hold their meetings 2 weekends of the month.
Correct.
Which weekends do we know?
So typically it's the first and third Saturday of the month.
Okay.
However, if there's like a holiday
Okay.
or something comes up, then it
may
shift.
Change. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you meeting in a specific location every time, or it just kind of varies?
So it does vary. So
Okay.
typically your first Saturday of the month will be at a standard location,
Mm-hmm.
and then your third Saturday of the month is an experience. So we might be going to like the Cleveland Youth Expo. I might be doing a college fair in Cleveland, the drum competition I'm missing in California, right. The national convention, professional development. So it could vary a lot on that third Saturday of the month.
Okay. And I know you guys do some service projects.
Yes.
And you do some fundraisers.
Yes.
So would you like to share about any service projects that you guys do?
Yeah, so the biggest service project we do in our organization is called Engineer for a Day. So that brings out anywhere between 100 and 150 K through 6th grade students to learn about STEM. So it's like different hands-on activities. They get fed for free. So they have really good lunch and breakfast.
That helps.
Yes, it really helps. And they might be doing actually like making ice cream, making cars. So just really getting them engaged into STEM fields. Okay. That's one of our biggest things. And then we also have done a walk for education. So that's with all National Society of Black Engineers chapters. We did a different twist in our organization. So we did a trunk or treat, a walk for education thing. Okay. So we actually gave out information about our organization and then gave out candy with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's so it really made it really fun, for our younger students, our potential younger members.
That's cool. That's a good little spin on it. So is there anything, because we're wrapping up, we only have a couple more minutes. So is there anything else that you would like to share with students and families about the organization, what they need to look forward to? You'll also want to give your website again. Is there a cost involved with, participating in LEAD?
Yes, so there is a cost with our chapters. However, we do have financial assistance, and then we have what's called our pay and raise system. So what that means is if you go to 2 fundraisers, your chapter membership fee is waived.
Oh, cool. Okay.
If you're in the K through 3rd chapter bracket, it's typically $25 a year. If you're in the 4th through 12th, then it's $8 a year. But you're really getting a lot more worth than the $80. If you're talking about trips to California, our students went for $200 last year. So you cannot beat that with your plane tickets, your transportation, and your hotels all included.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Maybe paying for 1 or 2 bills out of pocket. And they like to get me all the time. So they probably not even paying for that.
Right. That's pretty good. That's awesome though.
Also, the other things you want to look forward to is just our application deadlines. So some of our chapters' application deadlines have already passed, but they do have rolling admissions. So if there's spots left over, you really want to make sure that you're kind of get on the website and registering as soon as possible. Because there are other parents constantly registering for our programs on a daily basis.
Okay, cool.
And then our website, again, is LEAD, LEAD, Emerging, EMERGING.org.
Okay, awesome. So if LEAD is here in Central Ohio and someone somewhere else in the country is watching this, are they able to contact you to say, hey, can we start a LEAD here? Or how does that work?
Yes. So you would definitely want to contact me directly.
Okay.
And my email is V as in Vincent, John, spelled like Papa John's Pizza.
Okay.
JOHNS. Hope I didn't make you hungry.
I'm good.
At LEAD, LEAD, emerging, EMERGING.org.
Okay.
So that's definitely a good route. And again, if it's something that LEAD cannot do, then we have that partnership with NSBE, who can also help you, create a program.
Cool. I love that. So we are excited about the information that we just received today in regards to LEAD and student leadership and how students can get involved. And if a student is interested in LEAD, definitely follow up with Vincent Johns and leademerging.org. Is that right?
You had it right.
Okay, cool. Leademerging.org to get more information. And as Vincent said, if you have a different focus other than like STEM and maybe the medical needs or something around STEM area, then just do your research and find out if there's a student organization or a student leadership organization that is best for you as a student, or parents, families can find out what's best for their student and get them involved. Because I think the involvement is so important, because when you're with a difference in your student's life, it's going to definitely enhance their leadership ability and their skills. But then it also looks great on their activities resume. It also looks great when they are having a conversation with someone to talk about how they were involved in this organization. These are some of the leadership skills and capabilities that they have. So it goes a long way to be involved in student organizations and to hone your skills as a student leader. So I know that we are close to wrapping up. I think we have 3 minutes left. So I want to say thanks so much for everyone who participated in the conversation, who tuned in today. We really appreciate you joining us. If you have any questions in regards to college and career readiness, by all means, just hit me up on my, I don't know, what you do? You can DM me, or you can go to my website, which is a new website. So go check it out. It's cynthiadevice.com, or you can go to thestudentsuccesscoach.com, and both of those will connect you to our website. And we have some wonderful resources for you there as well. Just check out the website. I think it's pretty cool. So if you have any questions, you can put a comment into the email and I will definitely get it. If you are interested in joining me on the Facebook Live show, you can definitely do that. Just send me a message and we'll make sure that you get on, get in a seat next to me so we can begin to have the conversation. I would really appreciate that. So if you're not interested in being a guest, but you'd love to have a certain topic presented that we have not covered yet, then by all means, send me a comment and I'll make sure that we research it and find the expert in that field to have that conversation. So thanks so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Next Tuesday, our conversation will be with Mr. Taylor Porter. He is one of several, I think he has a brother also, who is the director of their organization, which is called Ohio Gap Closures. And Ohio Gap Closers, and what they do is they make sure that foster children in education have advocates. They show families how to advocate for those students, and they also work with social workers and school administrators and teachers to make sure that they're advocating and providing the services that are needed for foster care children. So that's who's coming up next week. Just going to give another shout out. I think you know that person. Look, there's Tally.
Oh, hey Tally.
Good job.
Hi sister. Hi the rest of my family who'll be watching this video.
Yeah, so awesome. So thanks so much for joining us. Any last words? I think we're probably out of time. It's like 7:29. So
okay. Just like Mr. V said, just really do your research on organizations, because it really can take you a long way. I've seen what it done for myself, for my students. So if lead is not the perfect organization for you, which I know it will be,
Okay, there we go. That's good.
you
Thank
know,
you.
definitely feel free to also contact me. I have a lot of contacts to a lot of organizations, not only here in Ohio, but around the country, who can really get your students involved and ready for college.
Mm-hmm. And then also give them a shout out for the scholarship information and the deadline one more time.
Yes. So Consul Columbus Scholarship is due April 15th.
April 15th.
And the website again is comtocolumbus.org. That is COMTO Columbus.org.
So thank you so much, Vincent Johns, for joining me today on our Facebook Live broadcast. I really appreciate all the value that you brought to today's conversation. I know that many more people will look at this, watch it, and definitely share it, because that's what we're here for. And again, we thank you for tuning in to Ask Cynthia Facebook Live show. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.
Everybody.